14 Disney secrets that almost nobody knows. A side that few people know. That's how you'll get to know some of Disney's secrets that are somewhat obscure. You will see a side of Disney that is hidden, but that has already been proven by texts, images, reports. Prepare your stomach because this could change your view of the company. The text does not follow an order of date or importance. But the fact is that all the news here is stunning and from a far from positive point of view. There are problems about labor agreements, complaints, deaths in parks and even cases of prejudice. Check out the 14 secrets of this industry. 1. Disney has a theme park that was abandoned. Let's start the sad Disney stories by telling about a water park that opened in 1976. It even had good years of success. However, it was officially closed in 2001. The problem is that Disney did not fulfill the agreement. That is, it would keep the place preserved, which did not happen, since it was never demolished and is deteriorating over time. It's kind of a spooky park these days. Some international photographers have archives of the place that impresses. 2. Disney helped build houses in an irregular shape. During the 1980s, Disney teamed up with other companies to build cheaper homes for Miami's suburban people. This is to pay less tax and have the social measures that are mandatory for this type of company. The problem is that after the houses were sold, Disney went out of business. And later a hurricane hit the place and destroyed all the houses. Later investigations proved that the place was built irregularly and that's why the damage was so much. 3. A girl has already been killed by an alligator attack in the park. An alligator attack resulted in the death of a 2-year-old girl inside Disney World. The fact was covered up by the media. However, Disney even said it would handle the case. However, it seems that this is not what the company did. However, later, a study carried out by independent people showed that the number of alligators in the local rivers has grown absurdly, which can lead to new accidents. Not to mention that in 1976 3 people died there, one by drowning. 4. Wages paid to park employees are low. With the advent of the internet, nowadays it is not uncommon to find people talking about the low salary that is paid to those who work at Disney parks. So much so that the company has dedicated itself to partnering with exchange programs and internships to change its image. However, most people still complain that the amount is not even enough to pay rent in the city. Thus, they end up staying in government shelters or together with homeless people to be able to use the money paid by the park for other purposes. 5. Disney made a strange deal with the animator employees. Still on salaries, there is another topic that is quite macabre about Disney. A few months ago, she created a kind of labor contract with animators. In it, she says that the salary will be fixed for several years. And, therefore, the employee cannot resign during that time. A lot of people say this is so they don't lose their animators to competing studios. And so you don't have to adjust wages either. Weird, is not it? All animation companies were against this legal measure by Disney. 6. Disney has already made animations for patriotic war soldiers. Mr. Walt Disney was very patriotic and was instrumental in helping the FBI during wartime. Afterwards, due to his performance, he received an invitation to do propaganda for the American government. So he made a series of animations that were used to encourage soldiers who would leave for war. These animations were never commercialized among the common public, being only for soldiers and with the objective of bringing the patriotic spirit. 7. The film, A Canção do Sul, was cancelled due to racism. In 1946, Disney released a movie, a feature film, that mixed the idea of live action with animation. The Song of the South, however, did not have the expected ending. That's because the story was considered outright racist by the public. It told about the lives of former slaves after the Civil War. However, with offensive dialogues, the production had to be cancelled. Currently, Walt Disney refuses to have a connection with the feature film to avoid this bad brand image. 8. Disney sued a mother for putting poo on her son's headstone. The story goes like this: an English mother lost her son at a young age. He, when alive, was in love with the character of Winnie the Pooh, one of the most famous in the franchise. So far so good, right? So, she decided to pay tribute to her son and stamped the image of the teddy bear on the child's tombstone. However, after some time, Disney sued the hand for the misuse of the image of Winnie the Pooh. 9. tourist who didn't steal but was arrested at a Disney store. Her name is Vicky Pronofsky. She's been to a Disney store to browse merchandise. However, she took nothing. Only she had a Mickey earring and was accused of theft. She was held until security cameras were checked. In the end, she chose not to sue the company. Even so, the case reverberated in the media and left another stain on the history of Walt Disney. 10. Disney didn't hire women for senior positions. A 1938 document leaked onto the internet shows a far less human side of Disney. Designer Mary V. Ford applied for a position as a cartoonist at the company, which would be for the film, Branca de Neve. However, she received a totally discouraging response. According to the company, women did not do any creative work in connection with preparing cartoons. This type of work was done by young men. In the document, it even says that girls are not considered fit for the training school. 11. Disney may have been to blame for Hilary Duff's failure. Who doesn't remember the Lizzie McGuire series? It's a series that only had 2 seasons, it's true. However, it was a huge success at that time. What happened was that the main actress asked for a salary increase, which was denied by the company. And, more than that, Disney came to criticize the child actress several times, saying that she was too difficult to deal with. As a result, this caused serious problems for her to be hired again later. 12. Disney also didn't hire men with mustaches. Just as there was prejudice against women for high-level positions, know that men with mustaches were also not accepted. Not even with beards. You see, this happened for over 4 decades when men were forbidden to wear beards or mustaches. The norm dropped in 2000. But, then, Disney saw that there were a lot of people working with mustaches, beards and goatee. The result is that he created a new law, again, to talk about it. Today, men need to follow a kind of standardization in this regard. 13. Disney was linked to Harvey Weinstein, accused of sexual harassment. Harvey is a man who has been reported for sexual harassment by several actresses. In one of the processes, there is the quote from Disney behind it. A Canadian actress claimed that she was allegedly harassed at a party hosted by Walt's brand. So Harvey was there because the studio was working with him at the time. The amount requested by her for compensation was $14 million during the process. Having a reputation attached to an abuser is not good for Disney's image. 14. Disney banned a purchase made by Harvey Weinstein. And while we're on the subject of Harvey, consider that Disney also complicated his life at one time. Fahrenheit 9/11 was one of the most important 9/11 documentaries ever made. Harvey bought the rights to show the film. However, he had a connection with Disney. And Disney prevented him from doing so due to the fact that the film went against President George Bush and that could lower the company's influence in Florida. Still, the film won more awards. So Disney bought the rights. If you liked the video, leave your like and subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss content like this. And comment if you liked the video.